For the people that don't know me already, my name is Floss and I'm a ski teacher, a British ski teacher here in the northern French Alps. Now today I'm going to talk to you and everybody about the honest truths that I have learnt, not only for this season but also this is my 29th winter season that I have actually finished, and I just want to have a bit of a chat with you. No b-roll, no fancy film, and just tell you really of what's going on in the mountains. Now, my biggest thing that I have noticed, especially after the last 3 years, is sadly climate change. I've just felt like the last 3 years outside my apartment, which I live at 1300 in Le Planet, it hasn't really been much snow depth down there all season. Now, before COVID, which is actually really quite funny, since COVID we've always kind of put everything on, you know, like before Jesus Christ, after Jesus Christ, BC, and now we're going before COVID, after COVID. Well, for me, COVID was a different time in life for a lot of other people as well, and it just gave us time to reflect. And I just noticed that before COVID, I used to have a lot of snow down outside my apartment, which I'd actually be able to ski tour out and use throughout the whole winter. Pretty much December, January and February, I could ski outside the back of my apartment at 1300. And now, even this winter, we've just had a couple of months down there, but it seems to be that the snow limit has been creeping up higher and higher. I do feel like the climate has really warmed up, whether we like it or not. So what does this mean about our ski resorts? So literally over the last 3 years, I feel like the smaller resorts that are below altitude and pretty much under 2,000 meters are really struggling with their industry. The lack of snow, also it's just not confident for you to go to these places, and there's going to be snow all year round. So everyone is coming up to these high resorts. Now I'm very lucky, and one of the reasons why I'm here in Tignes, Val d'Isère and in the Tarentaise Valley teaching and leading is because it's high. So the season is longer. But the problem we do have is everyone is coming up. So the slopes are becoming more and more saturated, and they're becoming more and more busier. Especially peak weeks. I find that the peak weeks are really difficult and hard to get away from the queues and a lot of people on the slopes. But there are ways of getting around that, and obviously if you pick some quieter weeks, for example this last week of March, it is absolutely dead. We're looking at capacity of Tignes and Val d'Isère, which is only around 43%. Now that gives you great space and places to ski and ride. There's people coming up to higher resorts, and what I have noticed, especially in this valley, and we've got one main road that comes in, and this year we had this massive rockfall. I don't know if you heard about it, but it came down at 10:13 one Saturday, and it was so lucky because it came down and it didn't actually hit or affect anyone on the motorway, which is amazing, except this 62-year-old lady that was off to see her family. And that really made me think, wow, we're so vulnerable in the Tarentaise in the northern France. All our traffic of buses and cars coming in, it's only that main road, and you know, it's manic. On a Saturday, some people this season could take at least 10 to 12 hours just to get here from Geneva or Lyon airport. So what I'm saying and what I'm seeing is that Saturdays are still the very big transfer days. But if you can really try and change your mindset and change your dates and travel over on Sunday, it is so much quieter, and also, you know, you're going to save time and money on flights and travel. So if you can get accommodation Sunday to Sunday for you people coming over, especially for next winter, have a look into that. That's an absolute lifesaver. So another thing that I've really noticed, which is quite random, is because temperatures are warming up, I find that I'm seeing a lot more mosquitoes. And when I was first here in the valley 13 years ago, there was no mosquitoes, I'm sure of it. And now throughout the winter, especially ski touring in the backcountry, I'm seeing all these different insects that I've never seen before, and mosquitoes is definitely one of them. Snakes is actually another. I don't know if you are aware, but we do have the European black viper here in the northern French Alps, and when sadly my dog got bitten by a snake, I spoke to the vet, and the vet actually said because the climate is warming up, then more snakes are actually surviving through the winter, and there's more snake population. So I bet you didn't know that already. So it's been an amazing winter this winter for me. It's been my 29th winter, and I've been so lucky. I can't tell you. I just want to say thank you to everybody. But I've been so lucky on so many things. And one is coming back from this leg. Left leg has been broken twice by 2 different people skiing into me over the years. And I've had to overcome that fear. And I feel like I've done that this year. I've really opened up and I've put everything into my teaching and guiding. I've had the most amazing clients this season, ski touring, on-piste, off-piste. I've had some amazing, successful, really moments that I've turned people round and enjoying the skiing. People that have had no confidence in skiing and they've been ripped apart, or even clients that have come back from injury. I'm like, no, don't give up. And I've given them the confidence and skills to actually enjoy this mountain. So it's an amazing job and I absolutely adore it. Now, I never thought I would be here talking to you after 29 winters. And I just feel that I'm so lucky to be here. And we are so lucky as skiers and snowboarders to really enjoy the mountains, enjoy what it is that it gives to us. You know, the tranquility, the peace and quiet, the breath, fresh air that you don't have in the cities, the just away from the hustle and bustle. It's just absolutely amazing. And that sensation of gliding and sliding and the wind in your hair and the sun coming down, it is absolutely amazing. And I think for all of us now, because obviously temperatures are getting warmer, you know, we need to just appreciate every moment, every ski turn, every snowboard turn, telemark turn, whatever turn you do on the snow, just really appreciate that we can actually do this. Because it might be that not, you know, this generation of kids, but the one after, in 50 years, skiing and snowboarding and actually this sport might be just one of those things that people talk about, the stories, that events that we used to do, and there won't be any snow for us to enjoy it. So it's really important to be so grateful and appreciative of the mountains. I've just seen a mosquito just flying around. Now, another thing I want to talk to you about is ski clothing and equipment. Now, I have done 29 winters, which is amazing, but I've seen such a difference in ski gear. So Arc'teryx used to be one of my popular brands. I used to love it, the Gore-Tex Pro. And I did all my mountain leader in Wales with it, and it was the only thing that kept me dry, windproof, and it was such good quality. But now I feel like these days, these big brands are being sold off and they end up becoming high street brands and they just don't have the quality. And I just think over the last few years, I don't know what it was, maybe since COVID, that the quality in ski and snowboard gear just isn't what it used to be. I mean, it used to last forever and everything used to, you know, be really well and strong and made. And I just feel like this season, more than ever, I've really disappointed in the gear that I've worn. So I've got this Patagonia jacket, and I've always wanted a Patagonia down jacket. And I've bought it and I have been so disappointed in the quality. Like the feathers just keep coming out. Also, I've had a few sort of holes in the jacket. I just feel like the quality just isn't there and it's not going to last me at all season. And it's just so disappointing because you end up spending that money, you know, like even if you do Sport Pursuit, which I use all the time, it's just a waste of money. It's like 250 euros and the jacket is not doing the job that it used to 5 or 10 years ago. So I'm really disappointed. And the same thing with my black diamond jacket. Like this season, I'm only just started like the second season in it, and the zip broke. Also, it's been torn, and it isn't the windproof jacket that I thought it was, or it was sold. So just beware out there, you know, of the gear that you're buying, and just, you know, have a chat with everybody else and just find out, you know, where these small brands are coming up. It might be a better way to invest in small brands that have just started before they're getting big. So they've started with good quality before getting big and onto the high street market, just like North Face is another example. So yeah, so gear, I'm really disappointed in this year. But the thing that I'm not disappointed in this year is action cameras. Now, I don't know if you know, but you might have seen it. This video is actually being filmed on the GoPro 13, which I updated this year because my GoPro 11 was having some difficulties, and I just find it is an amazing action camera. And also the Insta360 X4, I've been using that as well. And I tell you what, filming and being a content creator, I feel, is so easy. Like now we just click and shoot and it comes out with great exposure. We've got stabilization, and even some cameras now, they've actually got a better microphone. So that really makes my job and filming so much easier. So updating to the latest action cameras is just definitely the way to go. So this year, probably more than any season that I can remember, I get a lot of information and a lot of people that email and text me, oh, you know, Floss, are you available? And it's all very last minute. And I find that people don't actually book their ski lessons or their ski adventures early. And what happens is that the coaches that they want to ski with or ride with are busy, so they can't actually help you. And actually having a good coach just makes the world of difference. You know, that person can turn around your skiing, your riding, and make sure that your family have the best holiday. Now, I know people book into groups, but you know what? Just be careful the holidays that you book into ski groups. Some people go for the option because it's cheaper, but really sometimes you end up paying twice. You book into a group, and then what you'll find is that that group is got a maximum of 16 and you're not learning anything. So then you're, you know, getting in touch and trying to find a private lesson because your wife or your girlfriend is lost confidence, or, you know, your husband is lost confidence because he's coming back from an injury, and then it's too late to get a good coach. So I often think if you can, sometimes it's good to actually pay a little bit more for decent instruction, whether it's snowboarding, riding, telemarking, off-piste. Really crack into, find that information about the coaches, you know, what they're up to, how long they've been teaching, you know, what's their credentials, and get to know them and book early. Really save up for that, and that will maximize your training and coaching and skiing and riding on the hill, so you can have the best possible experience. Now, there's something else that I've completely noticed this year, and it's happening more and more, that people are coming out, and I get it, like, people come out and they've got their busy lives, and the worst thing is that you're absolutely floored out before you go on holiday, and you've got a pile of things to do and what to pack, where to go, get the kids all ready for holiday. And then what happens is you forget about yourself. You forget about your ski preparation, you know, your fitness, everything, your equipment, you know. So you come out on this holiday that you've spent a lot of money for, and you haven't actually used the most of it because you haven't been able to make the time, you know, preparing yourself, your fitness, your equipment, your mindset. And that's definitely something that I'm going to look into before the start of next winter, is to start a mentorship, to actually coach one-to-one, to help people to get ready for their skiing holiday, which is so important, and to have someone there that's accountable for you. So it's so easy not to go to the gym, you know, and have that resistance of, oh, I just can't be bothered to go to the gym and pack my bag and get ready and do it in my lunch hour. Whereas if you have a coach, it's harder for you to say no, and it's harder for you not to follow your goals, follow your dreams, and really get that preparation going. So if you are interested, just drop me a line to talk to you about the mentorship. I think that's really going to help. I find like my purpose in life, it sounds a bit crazy, but it really is turning things around, making people have the confidence, the skiers to have confidence and the skills so that they can enjoy the mountain and their ski holiday, because it's just such a special thing to have. And that is the purpose, that is my mission, is to improve everybody's skiing, their knowledge, their safety, and just really enjoy, because it's the mountain memories that really make a difference. And it's the mountain memories for me that I will always take with me. It's not about the fast cars, the money you make. This is a lifestyle job, and this is a job that I've chosen to do, and it's a job that I love. But the satisfaction I get from, you know, giving someone that confidence, watching their skiing grow, getting them around the mountain, having different experiences, whether it's ski touring, you know, over the backcountry, maybe a night staying in a hut away from it all, or whether it's a ski run that they've had an injury on and they want to overcome. That is my mission, is to help those skiers, to help them to progress and to build their confidence. And I think, and I know that I can do more on the line and help people through and before the winter season. So that's what I'm going to do next season. Now, while I'm here, another thing that I just want to mention is that I want to talk about your company, your skiing friends, which, okay, they are your ski buddies, but sometimes you can have the worst friends. They are your enemies in skiing. And I really find that sometimes the people in the family that you come out with, they want the best from you, but they don't really understand slope angles, aspects, different snow types. So if there's a weaker skier in the company with lack of confidence, they often find themselves just rattling around and skiing behind people and losing confidence, skiing far too fast and far too out of control. Now that is a major thing, is obviously skiing out of control, but once the confidence is knocked, then it's really hard to come back from that. So what I'm saying really is that if you're lacking confidence and you want to improve your skiing because you're not feeling like you're skiing as well as your kids, you know, you're as fast as your kids, or, you know, you can't keep up with your husband, it's really important the first few days of your holiday is to get some really good coaching, but also just ski for yourself. Ski on the slopes that you feel confident with and are gentle, so you can literally boost up your confidence first, improve on those difficulties and the fundamentals that you're having in skiing, and then ski with your friends and family. So my takeaway from this is just be careful who you ski with, and just don't let your friends and family take you other sides of the mountain where you're absolutely nervous, having a breakdown, having a meltdown and not enjoying it, because it's so important for you to enjoy and be in your comfort zone with the understanding of how to improve better. And I want to finish off today just with me and you and the camera, and I just want to tell everybody not to give up. So if you're thinking about giving up this most amazing sport because you've had a bad time, just don't give up. It's one of the few family holidays that you can actually go out and enjoy, and it's just so different. I know it's expensive, but it's so different. Now you look at me today, and it's really interesting because you think, oh, it's all right for her, you know, she's done 29 winters. But you know, I'm different to everybody else. I didn't come from a family that had lots of money, so I wasn't going skiing holiday all the time. I started at 9 years old, and honestly, I absolutely hated it. And it was my dad that told me never give up, and we kept going. He was like, this is our holiday, and I grew to love this sport. And it was hard for me because I found speed, but I didn't have the technique. And when I started doing seasons, I did love it, but I didn't have the training, I didn't have the resources, I didn't have the finances, and I didn't have the skills. And it's really taken me such a long time. It took me 11 years from actually starting as an instructor to go through all the English system, equivalent to the French system, to actually then come through and then become an independent instructor in France. It is a long journey. I could have been an airplane pilot for the amount of money and time I spent, but you know what? I'm so glad that I didn't give up. I'm so glad that I'm talking to you today like this, with 29 winters underneath my belt, and it's amazing. I just love it, and I just love skiing, and when I can, I go for skiing for myself, and it's just the best thing. And I'm so glad I didn't give up. I did not give up, and trust me, I've had the biggest injuries you're not going to believe. So I can't even tell you. I'll be here all day talking to you about my injuries and my struggles, and there were so many times that I wanted to give up and finish this, not do it again, change direction. And there were so many times that I could have done, but I didn't. And I'm telling you now, if you can, don't give up. It's really worth it, and it's something you can do with your family and friends, and that's what's the special thing about it. So I hope you like my chat today. It's totally different to what I normally do. You know, no music, no B-roll, no fancy things. It's just a true heart-to-heart from me to you. And I can also take this opportunity to say thank you, everybody, for making this 29th winter season so special for me. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Boom.